Most people live in a cycle of excuses. They blame their past, blame circumstances, blame other people, and then wonder why life isn't going their way. David Goggins understood early on that excuses are the silent killers of potential. He wasn't born disciplined. He wasn't born strong. He was insecure, overweight, and carrying the heavy weight of fear and self-doubt. He grew up in hardship, faced abuse, and struggled to find his place in the world. And for years, he allowed that past to define him. He allowed his fears to set the limits of what he thought was possible. One day, after looking at himself in the mirror, he realized the brutal truth. He was living far below his potential. That moment of self-honesty burned deep because he saw the truth that nobody else would tell him. His life was a reflection of the choices he had refused to make, the hard work he had refused to do, the discomfort he had avoided. And from that day forward, he made a decision that would redefine everything. No more excuses, no more blaming, no more waiting for the perfect moment, no more relying on fleeting motivation. If change was going to happen, it had to start with him, and it had to start now. He began with small but deliberate actions, running when he hated it, training when his body screamed to stop, waking up before dawn when every muscle begged for rest. He studied, he disciplined, he pushed, he embraced pain as a teacher. Pain is not the enemy, he realized. Pain is information. Pain is the signal that you are at the edge of growth, and growth lives on the other side of suffering. Most people stop at the first sign of struggle. Most people give up when it hurts. Goggins chose to lean in. He built what he calls mental calluses, the ability to endure discomfort, to override fear, to persist when quitting would have been easier. When he decided to join the Navy SEALs, he was overweight, out of shape, and underestimated. Most people would have said, "It's impossible." Goggins didn't negotiate with difficulty. He embraced it. He ran for hours when every step hurt. He trained his body to obey his mind, and his mind to obey discipline. That's when the 40% rule became clear to him. When you feel done, when your mind tells you there is nothing left, you are only at 40% of what you are capable of. That 60% more is hiding behind pain, behind fear, behind discomfort. And the only way to reach it is to stay hard, to keep going when everything inside you says, stop. Life will test you constantly. Your body will ache. Your mind will whisper doubts. People will doubt you. Circumstances will press down. But the battle is always internal. It is you versus yourself. Every time you quit, you train yourself to quit next time. Every time you endure, you build a version of yourself that is stronger, more resilient, more unshakable. Goggins didn't stop at the Navy SEALs. He ran ultramarathons, 100-mile races, broke world records in pull-ups. Not because he enjoyed suffering, but because he understood that identity is forged in struggle. Confidence is built in action, not in thinking. Mental toughness is built by choosing to act when it hurts, when it is inconvenient, when it feels impossible. Your life right now is a reflection of your standards, not your wishes. Your results mirror your daily decisions. Weak standards produce weak results. High standards produce elite results. Every hard choice, every uncomfortable action, every early morning, every extra mile, every repeated push beyond the limits compounds. And eventually you become the person who doesn't quit, who doesn't negotiate, who doesn't fear pain. That is the power of relentless consistency. That is the power of choosing discomfort over comfort. That is the power of staying hard. You will never discover your true strength if you stay in comfort. You will never grow if you avoid struggle. You will never become extraordinary if you run from fear. David Goggins teaches us that it is possible to take ownership of your life, to refuse excuses, to build mental armor, to transform weakness into strength. And the hardest but most rewarding lesson is this: nobody is coming to push you. Nobody is coming to motivate you daily. Your success is your responsibility. Your discipline is your weapon. Your mindset is your power. So stop negotiating. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop listening to the voice that says quit. Start today. Start tired. Start scared. Start uncomfortable. Push when you want to stop. Train when you feel weak. Endure when you want to give up. Every step, every rep, every mile, every small victory builds the version of yourself who refuses to be average. When life gets hard, smile, because that is where transformation lives. The fire in your mind is the most powerful tool you have. Protect it, sharpen it, and wield it relentlessly. At the end of the day, greatness is reserved for those willing to suffer more than anyone else. Stop being soft. Stop making excuses. Stop running from discomfort. Embrace the pain. Chase the struggle. Train your mind like a muscle. Stay hard.